Taking on the Timberwolves for the fourth time this season. The previous 3 games decided by a total of 9 points. They're ready to lay the his 5th consecutive start at the 2-guard spot. While from Minnesota, Jeff Teague back in action. Losing streak. Tonight's game also available on ESPN Deportes. We are underway.
We all know that under the pressure, he can make it happen for you.
Yeah, Thibodeau quick to point out that they are 20-11 with him in the lineup as Paul George, who has big
points or less. And what we have at Oklahoma City, they're 5-6. Minnesota 6-5.
Karl Anthony Towns off glass
for everyone. Now Anthony and George are both attempting 6 threes a game. That's a ton. So you've got to shoot a high percentage now.
As Taj Gibson hits the mid-range jumper.
It's anybody.
Taj Gibson averaging 12 points a game off the turnover. They got numbers here. Teague over to Wiggins with the finger roll. Butler punching it home. Thank you very much. And the Timberwolves out to a 6-point lead. Look at another turnover. Butler looking at some room service.
We have 2 plays, 2 teams right here out of foul trouble. Rebound, 5 or 6 rebounds. I have at least 4 or 5 assists. That's all. That's all he's going to do. That's right. Now this isn't because Oklahoma City are getting bad looks. They're getting good looks down inside, and then also the jump shot has been there.
Now Towns couldn't catch though. And here comes Westbrook looking perhaps for an easy one, pushing tempo. Fouled and one. And Russell Westbrook has. Jeremy Grant has checked into the ball game for the Thunder.
You got to take him down and shoot over, and there it is.
Melo with the mismatch over Teague gets his first field goal of the ball game.
Now it played off a Pau Gasol in the high-low game or the double-low game, and they all made one another better players.
That time Westbrook would
dismiss Butler. Butler had a full head of steam going down the bench.
Yang with a nice show and go ball fake. Goes strong to the bucket.
That's what you want. He got it done.
Coach, I was thinking about you last night on that closeout there as Westbrook takes it in. The Raptors lost the game against the Heat last night on a bad closeout. When
at the end of the year, that bench has got to step up and get better with more production.
And that's the area of growth for the bench. And talk about scoring from the bench. Hit a tough pass that never made it to Grant. And here's Crawford. Wiggins on the drive.
There you go.
And got it to fall.
Finally.
Andrew Wiggins has 10 seconds to go in the quarter. George cross court to Felton. Had all day to tee it up and makes it count.
Well, he's been around a long time, and he's been a good scorer as a starter, point guard for a long time in the league, and then also off the bench.
Crawford got it at the buzzer. Mr. Clutch doing it again.
Already for Oklahoma City.
And Minnesota has 7 points off of those turnovers. Crawford dancing with it over Paul George. When he gets in that kind of group, a little bit strong this time.
Yeah, you got to be careful now with the long rebounds. See, these guys will take it right there. See, Felton, he came in and he gave them a quick. So the Minnesota bench is 4 for 16 in this game already. 4 for 16.
And then Bars going head-to-head on this possession. Butler out to Towns. Good extra pass. Bielitsa finally makes his first 3. Now 1 for 3. Westbrook. Got a good screen from Adams. Adams inside. Finally gets one to go. He's been. Butler.
This is a tough matchup now because George is no slouch.
And he gets it out to Towns for the 3 ball.
You know, now Embiid, we know he's doing it, and in spite of the fact that he's injured and has missed a bit as hard on defense as he does on offense. That's why a year ago, 3rd-team All-NBA, very impressive, and he'll be fighting for one of those spots again this year.
Play to official Sean Wright. Westbrook already with 19 points and 1 back at you at the other end. The baseline thought about it, gave it back to Westbrook with 10 on the shot clock. Out to Melo, put it on the deck. The mid-range jumper is good. Anthony 2 of 7, 5 points in the ball game. Minnesota leading by a bucket. Wiggins again. Satisfied with it. George inside, and Adams with a chance for a 3-point play.
Now that's the first time that Adams.
Teague defending Westbrook. Westbrook steps through. Anthony catch and shoot from the corner. That's his new role.
And then off the bench, Crawford is your first guy. So 4 of your top 6. Oh, okay.
And a great way to end the first half. Strong finish in the second quarter with a total of 10 points now. One more look.
4 assists. So he is keeping his ball club alive in spite of 12 turnovers.
Wiggins with the baseline turnaround.
George only has 2 points, and let's say he's like 1 for 5 in a game. They have to give him some good looks.
Westbrook got to his spot right there around the foul. Tried to hit him with the hesitation.
He played him well.
Big guy moving his feet pretty well, coach. It didn't matter, though. George knocks down the jump.
Him off on the first 2 looks by fronting him.
Butler gives it back out. Teague from deep, and he knocks it down.
That's good to see him.
Rims out, rebound by Wiggins, and Adams goes down. Minnesota's got numbers. Towns on the break. Got a good screen from Gibson. Robertson being out of the lineup. Westbrook got it.
That's his spot. Anytime that he's strong.
Butler chasing up on Ferguson. Tough fadeaway by Butler, and those are the type of shots that he can board. Butler, great around the world dribble and got it. Nice. Jimmy buckets. 6 on the shot clock for Wiggins. Adams switches on to him and contests it, but it didn't matter. Andrew Wiggins
from the basket to make the catch.
Butler couldn't make that pocket pass, and it's a turnover. Westbrook on the move, the reverse. Got it to fall with some great English off the now for the reigning MVP. Wiggins, a long 2 on the way, got it. Found his rhythm. And
very nice job every time that he's been in a mismatch.
Westbrook on the drive. Left-handed layup is good. Got 12 points. Crawford in the ball game. Cross court to Jones. Goes quick with it.
Great
and
block.
Smacked. Blocked. Eustace couldn't get the second one. And Hunt.
The defensive man just hooked Anthony trying to get into the post area.
They go right back to Melo. And
there you go.
Eustace follows with an emphatic finish.
For 16. So you wonder what's wrong? Besides the turnovers, you can see it right there.
Well, Wiggins got one to go off glass. Got Felton out top along with George Patrick Patterson, who hasn't scored. Alex Abrinas in the ball game as well for the Thunder. Nice. And George doing it again with the left hand this time. Saw a shot of Butler on the bench with 16 points and 7 assists. Jones on the baseline, back out to Crawford. Hops through the defense, and a soft touch. Westbrook kicks it out to Jones by mistake.
Look out
Jones on the move. Paul George out of nowhere blocked that shot.
He was running him down, okay? Mainly because he was concerned about the guy that was in front of him to the rim.
That's a heck of a play by Paul George. Look at Towns for 3. Got it. Nothing but net.
Carl Anthony team extremely well, got the assists and everything, but we know that he can score.
And a rare 3 ball by Westbrook tonight, coach. Here's Butler, faces up on Felton, has the mismatch. Butler followed by Carl Anthony Towns in town.
Now that was nice. Are 8 for 30. Okay, so you know what the problem is, and then multiply that by the 7
ball game for Minnesota. Let's see what the Timberwolves are made of this time around, trying to close it out, and they got one.
A big 3-point team. They only make 8, and more important, they only take 22. So it's not like, hey, we're going to get up 30, 35, 40.
Butler outside against Paul George, moving his feet well. 3 on the clock. Barely gets it off in time. Oh, what a shot by Jimmy Buckets. So Westbrook, meanwhile, with 38. Wiggins kicks it out to D. Good ball movement. Towns from deep. Got it.
Come on now. No, he jumped. Talk about it. Oh, boy.
Missed both. They got it back, though, off the rebound. Melo got it this time. And that's going to make it a 13-point.
7 seconds. Now you're going to get a high percentage shot.
Towns back out to Butler. Good look from downtown. Butler.
Perfect. They ran the ball 22-6 against the West now. 22-6. They're down for, believe it or not.
5 assists. And Paul George with a 13-point evening for the Thunder, who will lose their 3rd consecutive game and fall to 22-20.